Hello everyone, my name is Mark Fennell, and today I want to talk to you about redshift. I have a book here, The True Explanation of Redshift. Okay, this is one of my best books, one of the best books I've ever written, and you will want to buy it. It is a great book, it is an important book, it is a valuable book. It's taken me a lot of work, and you will want to get a lot of value out of this. Okay, it's available as a paperback book or as ebook. Look at Amazon.com, look for my name, Mark Fennell, and then look for the Redshift. Okay? Then you can either get it in paperback or as ebook. Now, why is this so important? There are several reasons for this. First of all, redshift, the way it's commonly explained, is incorrect. All right? And I offer the true explanation. Okay, so what's the big deal about that? Because redshift is the very reason that Einstein came up with his theory of relativity. Okay? The very purpose, the very reason Einstein came up with his theory of relativity was for redshift. The analogy of the train he has, which is a flawed analogy even on its own, was a simplified version of trying to understand redshift, trying to explain redshift. Okay? A lot of his other analogies and what people are talking about are simplified versions with really bad, improper analogies of redshift. Okay? So everything is based on redshift. But redshift can be easily explained by Isaac Newton. Very simple. All you need is the works of Isaac Newton and Michael Faraday. You put those two things together, you have a simple solution to redshift. Boom. I don't know why people didn't understand it. I mean, it took me like 20 seconds to figure this one out. Honestly, it's really, really simple. Really, really simple. But since people have been taught so much incorrectly, I have to explain it in great detail so that make sure you understand. So I'm not just giving a 1-2 paragraphs and there it is. No, here's every little nuance of the entire thing, from the way photons are created in stars and the way energy strings attach and a bunch of other things, okay? So you'll understand exactly what it is, right? Very, very, very valuable. And it undercuts relativity just on its primary leg. It just cuts it out right there. No need for relativity. We can go back to Newton, which is the true understanding of science, all right? Forget Einstein, go back to relativity. Go back to Newton, and you got it. Now, there are several other things in this book that you will want to read. I have things in this book which are new to science. New to science. Discoveries that have never been published before. They're new to science, new to history. Right? Things that no one could ever solve before, I have now solved. And I should just not emphasize this on me, it's the fact that they have been solved. I am the one who solved them, and you will find them in the book. All right? All right. My name has to be attached because I'm the one who's presenting it to you. Okay? So anyway, you will want to read the book for that alone. See, to explain the true explanation of redshift and understand it in Newtonian terms, you need to understand some other discoveries which have been made about the very nature of electromagnetic energy, and to some degree, the nature of energy itself. Now, all of these discoveries have been made, worked out in detail, 2013 and 2014. Okay? The whole entire thing. All worked out, all details. It's just a matter of which portions I choose to select for each given particular book. All right? And then at the very end of this entire series, you're going to get a whole unified field theory solution. And you're going to get a theory of everything. Complete, solved, done. The unified theory is already done. The theory of everything has already been completed. All those details are there. I'm just giving you little bits and bits and bits in each book. And at the very end of these series, you're going to get the entire thing. Okay? I got to teach you this, teach you this, teach you this, teach you this, then bring it to you. Then bring it home. Okay. Now, what you're going to learn in this book that has never been published before: electromagnetic energy, several things. First of all, structure of a photon. What does a photon exactly look like? I tell you exactly what it looks like. I illustrate it for you. Full color illustrations on what a photon looks like. Okay? Number 2, frequency. What the heck is a frequency of electromagnetic energy? What does that mean on a physical level? Okay? Traditional scientists have it all wrong. Completely wrong. Okay? I show you exactly what it is as a physical entity and the processes for the first time anywhere. Now, how about the constant speed of light? Why is that speed of light constant? Why does it never change under any circumstances? And why is it the same for every photon? That I explain for the first time in this book. Then that brings us to particle-wave duality. One of the, if you're going to pick a top 5 mysteries of the universe, particle-wave duality is one of them. Right? Bohr could not solve it. He tried. Einstein tried to solve it. He couldn't. I've solved it. I solved it back in 2013. All right. I actually published an article on this a long time ago. It hasn't got a lot of traction yet, but among my fans, and I do have many fans, and I do have many readers, they know. They know that I've solved particle wave duality. They know that I've solved gravity. They know other things that I've solved. They know. They've been reading. But anyway, that was the first version of that in my first article. In this book, I explain it in much more detail. I show exactly how it works. And it's a beautiful system. It's only got one page, several pictures in one page. Particle, wave, duality, solved, done. Easy. Easy. Boom. There it is. And this is really the first book that you're going to see that particle wave duality solution. Okay? So while all the videos are saying particle wave duality is still a mystery, show them this book. Turn to the page, show them the picture, say it's not a mystery anymore. There it is. So for those reasons alone, you will want to buy this book. Okay, you want to buy this book. All these things here. There are a few other things I throw in there, studies that I've made of the sciences related to astronomy, structure of the sun, fusion, the process of fusion, the ebbs and eddies and flows of energies and particles throughout the sun. I'll put a lot of that in there as well. They're not the primary thing, but they help you understand a lot of the details, right, of how all this works. Okay. Now, without giving away everything about redshift, let's just clear up a few things. First is, traditional science says that shift occurs after the photon is emitted. Not true. The frequency shift is created before the photon is emitted. Okay? Then it's sent out. All right? Secondly, the energy of the region of the star will determine the frequency of the photon. Okay? There's a direct correlation. Energy of the atoms in the star is directly transferred into the energy of the frequency. What does that mean on a physical level? You'll have to read the book. Okay? And it's not because I want to be cheap and, just say, buy the book, which is important. But I explain it and gave you some illustrations and things in there. So it's just easier if I tell you to just read it there. Okay? What else do I want to say? Oh, the structure of the photon. Why do I know that's the case? Well, I'm going to say it right here, right now. I am a spiritualist, physicist, if I want to say it that way. in addition to being a hardcore scientist, remember, I was an engineer. My first job was a manufacturing engineer for microchips. That's as hardcore practical as you can get. But I've also been able to do many things with my soul, my astral body, such as being able to, leave the room. I can see, stars directly in front of me. And yes, part of my body, my soul, can actually see into an atom and see into the photons. All right. It's possible for the soul to do this. It's just not that very few people can. All right. But, I think 500 years from now, people say, I learned how to do that when I was in 3rd grade. Well, at the moment, very few people can, but I can. So that's why I know when I look at the inside of an atom, I know it's correct. When I talk about the structure of the photon, I know it's correct because I've been able to split my soul to be part of it here in this earthly realm and part of it to shrink down and to see inside the very microscopic world. And believe me, it takes a lot of personal energy to do that. It takes a lot of personal energy to be able to do that kind of thing. It's a real yo-yo effect to try to, you gotta put stuff in the right space, and it takes that effort and a lot of work. And it's not like just turn on a switch. But the main point is, it's possible for anybody's soul to do this. Theoretically, anybody's soul to do this if their DNA is adjusted right and so forth. I'm just one of the few people at the moment who can. Therefore, that's why I'm here. That's how I know that my structure of the atom is correct, why my description of particles is correct, and why the photon structure is correct. Because I've actually been able to visualize it, been there with my own soul body. Okay. If you're a spiritualist in a sense of the word, you'll understand this. If you're skeptical science, I don't really care. It's all in the book, and you'll see it, and you'll based on that alone, you'll say it makes sense. Okay, what else? Last thing I want to mention is the next book I'm working on is called Photons in Motion. Now, this book will describe everything regarding photons and electromagnetic energy, their structure, their physical processes, their motions. Complete details. All details. All right? And I'll also give you a few little hints into the theory of the unified field theory. All right? In that book. Anyway, that is a much larger version of things which I have put into this book. Okay? As a matter of fact, that book was started first, but then I realized that other books should really be written before that book is completed, and therefore I'm only going to do that book now. And there's also why some of the chapters in here are taken directly from this next upcoming book. Okay. My basic point behind all that part rambling is that so much of what I deliver has already been figured out, written and drawn. It's just placed in different articles and books depending on what is appropriate. Okay? So it's all there. It just needs to be plucked and put into different places depending on a particular topic. Okay, so here it is. The True Explanation of Redshift. Buy it. Has a lot of firsts in here. A lot of firsts for scientific knowledge. Okay? It will change the way you look at a lot of different things. Go to Amazon.com, look up my name, Mark Fennell. Then you can buy it as an ebook or as a printed book. Okay? And do note that the printed book does have a few full-color illustrations in it. Okay? So that you will see everything. Is that about it? I think that's about it. All right, there is truth. Everything in this book is truth. Everything in this book is truth. Buy it.